Hey, 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 beautiful heart. Welcome to the Awakening Consciousness with Dr. D. I am here today to pull on this incredible cosmic energy and relate it to you to see what is going on and how you can navigate this time. So, it has been a very auspicious, energetic time. We had the height of the 8-8 portal a couple of days ago. Yesterday's energy, so in between the height of the portal to today, which is the full moon, we had yesterday. For me, yesterday was really interesting. The energy was interesting. And the day seemed to go by really fast. I could not tell you what I did or, where the time went. It was one of those weird things. I mean, I did a lot of things, but looking back, it was a total blur and the energy was just different. So today, the overall energy, and when I was in meditation for this message and this energy, what was coming through the strongest. So you're going to know if this is your reading. One, it's going to resonate. You're not going to have to try to make it fit or ask, is this mine? Is she talking about me? You're going to know. So I'm talking to somebody who has been putting in the work. You've been on this path a long time. You didn't just start this path a year ago, 6 months ago. No, you've been on this path quite a long time. And with the recent energetic lineup and this huge push to leave the past behind, like close that chapter, you're what I call on the bridge. It may feel like kind of in limbo. It's really not limbo. There is a huge purpose to the pause. There is so much sacred energy in the pause. And the thing is, it's not really a pause. You may feel that way. Things may not be jumping off. You may still feel like you don't even know who you are, which way you want to go, whatever you want to do. That's okay. You haven't missed the mark. That is part of the journey. That is how you decide or figure out who you are and how you want to be. Because there is no right or wrong on this path. But you want to move ahead. You want to take action. You've been getting signs, synchronicities, messages. I mean, so much, so fast, like not hot water, cold water being thrown in your face. But when you take an action or do something, it's almost like crickets. And that could be causing some tension or frustration within you. Know that everything that you've worked on up until this point, because this isn't just about working on you. This is about, it could be a passion project, what you want to do, what have you. But you haven't seen the results the way, not even the way you envisioned them, the way that they're supposed to come in. The frustration or the struggle of, my messages aren't being seen, people aren't responding, I feel like I'm not connecting, whatever it is, give yourself grace. Because there's some old energy playing out. So if you're trying to start something new, but there's still some of that old energy, even if it's just old ways of thinking, like you put out something new, but it doesn't go anywhere. Nobody sees it. It's just crickets. stay out of frustration. Accept where you're at and what is going on, and be okay with it, because nothing is wasted. Everything that you do, you're building yourself up one way or another. So if you've been working on whatever it is you want to share with the world, and you're tweaking it, this, that, or the other, as long as you're showing up for yourself and doing something every day, keep putting yourself out there, because it will happen. But accepting, being okay with where you're at, being okay that, okay, maybe right now things aren't popping off the way I feel they should be, this, that, or the other. Know that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by. Grace and acceptance are like power tools in your toolbox. I'm not feeling that this grace is grace out, like you need to give grace to others. You need to give grace to yourself. There's some sort of inner dialogue going on, like it's not good enough yet, or I need to do this. If you've got some sort of perfection going on, or you want it to look a certain way, stop. Just put it out there. Because here's the thing. Whoever needs to hear your message, they're not where you're at right now. They're a few steps behind you. They are where you came from. They need the message of where you came from so they can catch up and get over here. They don't need a new perfected message. That's not going to hit your audience. It's not going to magnetize those people to you. So don't be put together. Be messy. Be all over the place. But put it out there. I know, I'm going through it myself. And I know it's uncomfortable. But things have shifted and changed so much. And you are on this road to fulfillment and leadership. And here's the thing. Let me grab the card. I love this leadership card. Why? Because it's a lighthouse in a storm. You know, I see this all the time, especially with what I do outside of here, my day job. For those of you who don't know, I took a hiatus. It's been 3 years from social media, my own business, you know, doing this, YCAL, my courses, the immersion, all of it. Because an opportunity that I manifested landed in my lap, and I went all in with that. And I knew I wasn't able to hold space for both that and this. Why? Because doing this takes a lot. And that's not in a negative way, but when I do this, I want to show up fully and wholly in my presence and be able to give 100%. I don't want to half-ass it. I didn't want to half-ass this new opportunity. So that's why I've pulled back over here. I've been focusing on this other adventure. Well, in that other adventure, it is a leadership role. And there's different types of leadership roles. But in the environment that I'm in, even if you've been a leader or a manager 30 plus years, I don't care. I don't care how long it is, 10, 30, whatever. The environment over here, so a startup. So if you've been a manager or leader in regular corporate and then you go to a startup, it's a different skill set. That's all I'm saying. Okay. For those of you that are entrepreneurs or have are in the startup life, you know what I'm saying. It's a different ball game. So it calls for a whole different part of you. You have to be the strong, stable one that has the longer vision, that can see the bigger picture, and you don't get swallowed up by the storm or get rocked by it. It's a moment in time, we'll get past it. These skills can absolutely transfer into your life, your awakening journey, and vice versa. And the interesting thing is, at least for me, and maybe this is for you too, but up until this year, yeah, you heard that right. Up until this year, I felt, or I had that false belief that I had to compartmentalize myself. In other words, show one side of myself at corporate. My corporate identity is here. And then the rest of me, Dr. Denae, Metaphysician, energy reader, healer, all of that over here. I was living two separate lives. Like I was all about, nope, this is my corporate. This is how it is over here. I don't intermix them. Well, ironically, when calling in or manifesting this opportunity, one of the criterias, aside from it being a startup and it needed to radically change the industry that I've been in, I also was calling in, I wanted to be accepted for me. That was really important because my whole corporate career, that wasn't the case. I was either too much, not enough, whatever. These past 3 years journey, and remember I said it's just this year that light bulb went off of, oh, wait a minute. This is the new energy. This is what I have called forth. This is the choices I've made. I've jumped into this new timeline. And in this new timeline, I'm not wearing masks. I don't put on my corporate mask and my spiritual mask. Nope. They have combined. They are one. So now I'm showing up in my authenticity, in all of me, even in this adventure and this journey. Just like I show up over here. That was scary. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. But it has been very fulfilling. So what I'm here to say is, you may feel scared. It may feel uncomfortable, uneasy. Do it anyways. That's where your fulfillment is. Playing small, wearing the different masks, compartmentalizing yourself is not going to work anymore. You have chosen to accept all of you. Now you're being called to show up as all of you. And I know, it's scary. I'm walking this with you guys. My reemergence back onto social media. For those of you that have been with me all these years, you remember, 3-4 years ago, I was doing lives all the time, putting out a lot of content, working with you guys one-on-one. I love that. I love connecting with you guys. I love, being able to be on this journey with you and watch you grow. I mean, the sheer amount of growth my community has seen, I'm not talking views and numbers. I'm talking about their personal growth. I mean, you guys know. You're telling me your testimony. It is amazing. And people need to hear it. But in all that amazingness, there's always growth. And so you would think that me coming back onto social media would be easy and I just turn on the camera and, do what I used to do. Well, Found out yesterday it's not that easy. You know, turned on the camera and I was kind of like, what do I talk about? What do I do? And ironically, that's kind of been what holds me back. I have so much I could talk about, so much to share that it freezes me. I know that may sound weird, but those of you that are neurodivergent, or as I call it, neurospicy, I'm sure you'll get it. It is, we can chalk it up to executive dysfunction. I'm working through that. So yeah, it's not comfortable for me to be back on live or whatever, but I'm there. I'm doing it. I've made a commitment to do that, to get more comfortable. I'll find my flow, but I'm showing up, not knowing what I'm doing, showing up uneasy. Maybe my voice will shake, whatever, but the point is show up and do it anyways. Uncomfortable? Okay, do it anyways. Nervous? Do it anyways. Afraid it's not going to hit with people, or you're just going to be, nobody's going to come to your live? Get over it. It's okay. When you come from a place of your authenticity, you have a message, speak that message. Even if it doesn't seem like it's hitting, it will find the right people. Turn on that camera. And even if you have to act like you're just talking to yourself, giving yourself that message, then do it. Just be authentic. Get the voice out there. Get your words out there. Your people will find you. Be messy, magical, and all of you. You are going to find support along the way. In my journey, in my story, I have found the most support from people I've never met. It didn't come from my inner circle. It didn't come from my family. It didn't come from my best friends. It came from total strangers. It came from those of you that I've never met, that I've never even worked one-on-one with, that have shown up for you, taking in the message and coming back. This is huge, huge energy. We've got the wheel, the tower, 6 of wands, 4 of pentacles, and the hangman in reverse. Yeah. The wheel is changing. You are no longer the old version of you. Allow this new version to show up. First, you've got to accept you. Have fun with it. So if anybody's been following me on TikTok and like, well, you know, what are these videos and stuff you're putting out now? Where's your message? Blah, blah, blah. Hang tight. I'm working up to it. I'm getting there. I'm having fun. I'm getting over my uncomfortableness or whatever. So I'm having fun. Because remember, I've been talking about qualify the energy, and in this energy, make sure that you're having fun and you're creating, however that is for you. So if I seem all over the place, whatever, hey, let me be, because I am, but I'm having fun. That is going to help me break down that uncomfortableness so I can just pop on the camera and do a sip and shift and we could just talk. Because you guys know, once I get talking and you guys start asking questions, whoo, we're in full action. I'm off and running. The hardest part for me is the opening in the beginning. So I got to get comfortable with that. I got to get comfortable just kind of sitting there in the silence, hanging out until people join. Because I'm telling you, give yourself grace. You're the only one judging you. Okay? And if other people are judging you, one, not your business. Don't worry about it. So the wheel, show up in all of you. All of your authenticity. The tower. Now, I know a lot of people go, oh my God, the tower, blah, blah, blah. The tower really is just about a sudden shakeup, a sudden epiphany to shift the energy. Usually it shows up and feels very uncomfortable because we've been in resistance. The universe loves you so much, and it is going to help you each step of the way, that it's not going to let you sit in the corner sucking your thumb. It's going to push you out there. It's going to set up situations so you step out. The tower is always for your highest good. And look, you show up in the new you, shit changes. The Six of Wands. Rewards, recognitions, you will be seen. For those of you that this is resonating with, even if it's just one person, I don't care. You have had a veil placed over you. You have been hidden in plain sight on purpose. Why? Because your testimony, your purpose here is so big. That's why you've gone through so much shit in this lifetime. That's why you were the black sheep in the family. That's why you grew up in a family that didn't understand you. Maybe you felt adopted, or just like, there's got to be a bigger reason. Why am I in this family? Whatever it is. The time of holding on to protect yourself. That scarcity mentality, that survival mentality, that's the perception you've got to let go now. It's not going to serve you anymore. You are going to become so uncomfortable and so miserable if you do not let that go. There is no fulfillment in lack. There's no fulfillment in scarcity. There's no fulfillment in anxiety and fear. That is all monkey mind, altered ego, and the matrix. You are meant to lead. I'm speaking to a community of first responders. And I'm not talking in like police, fire, and EMS. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about light workers, spiritual first responders in this new earth. Yes, we have jumped time. The timeline has split. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Come here. Where are you going? Sorry. I have got Mr. Kumara here, Mr. Spice, and he just decided to run down my back. Hey, Bubby. I'll get to him in a minute. Anyways, the timeline has split. You're seeing it. There is two different sides. Those of us who have chosen this new timeline, we are here to anchor in the light and love and to bring through the ancient knowledge and wisdom to help humanity remember who they are, to help them awaken. And there is a whole new mass awakening of people going on. Yeah, they're still in the old timeline. Not everybody is going to make the choice to come into this timeline. Have that acceptance that it is okay. There is no loss, number one, okay? So using this full moon energy, allow all of you to come out. Yeah, you may feel like you don't know what you're doing. That's okay. Practice, practice, practice. You'll figure it out. You're going to figure it out, not in your brain, not in your mind. You're going to feel it out by feeling your way through. Make sure you're choosing things that feel good for you. You don't have to say yes to everything. A love letter to your inner child. If you have not written a love letter to your inner child under this full moon energy, let that be your action. Let that be full of grace. Let that be the acceptance that you're accepting all of you, especially the parts that you've hidden from. that is going to bring you the fulfillment. I mean, leadership, it is that is what you are. Whether you're in leadership now or not, that's coming. Take off your mask. What was I just saying about how I was wearing a mask for corporate and then a mask over here? Just so happens at this startup, they love me for who I am. All of my weirdness. And I'm also able to, talk planets and energy. And not saying that they understand at the level like we're talking about here, but they're curious. They don't shut me down. This is new for me. And it's taken a little while to be comfortable with that and allow myself to drop all my mask and show up. But I'm telling you, it is so freeing. I am living my best life. The fulfillment is off the charts. And I know I'm just getting started. Set your intention. This is huge. Set your intention for what you want to experience now in this new timeline. Yeah, you're going to feel weird. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Why? Because we haven't been here before. We've prepared for this centuries ago before embodying here. And now those different key codes, light codes, those extra spaces in our DNA that, science and medical are baffled by. Us metaphysicians aren't baffled by it. We know. Ancient key codes are hidden. They're being unlocked. Aside from, this full moon and all the different planets doing what they're doing, the Schumann resonance has been off the chart. There has been so much light and love and cosmic rays infiltrating this planet. I mean, just blasting us. We're feeling it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and we're seeing people in 3D reacting in a very negative way to it because they can't handle the light. For those of us on this path, when those headaches, the body aches, the purging, the physical symptoms, but there's nothing medically wrong with you. I'm not giving medical advice. I am not a medical doctor, but I'm speaking in context that there's nothing medically wrong, okay? That this is spiritual. There are ascension symptoms. Your body is going back to a crystalline vibration versus this dense structure that we have been in. It is upgrading. Growing pains. So if you've been feeling that intense anxiety or fear about what you're supposed to be doing, or that you're missing the boat, or you might be feeling like you have all these ideas that you want to take action, but then the moment you go to take action, you freeze. That executive dysfunction kicks in. Give yourself grace. It's okay. Your posts don't have to be perfect. Your video doesn't have to be perfect. Your words don't have to be perfect. You just got to show up. And yeah, I'm going to take my own advice. So let's see how I show up today. And I want to see you showing up for you. You can start by interacting with this video. Leave a comment. Ask a question. If you ask a question in the comments, I will do a reading and post it and tag you. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up and leave it here. I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. As always, infinite blessings to you. Bye-bye.